That is 50 miles done in the new Saucony Kinvara. Let's get back to the studio and let's get stuck into this review. Yep, that's right folks, today we are reviewing the new Kinvara 11 from Saucony. Welcome back to the channel, I'm Lloyd Purvis, your host. Just a quick disclaimer, Saucony have been kind enough to give us this shoe to review. We've not been paid to say good things about it, this is not a sponsored video. We're just going to review the shoe and we're going to give our honest, humble feedback. Let's give you a few facts and figures on the new Kinvara 11. The Kinvara 11 is a lightweight neutral road training shoe. It retails in the UK at £115. It runs off the same 4mm offset as the previous version of the shoe, so that's 28.5 on the heel and 24.5 on the forefoot. When it comes down to weight for the Kinvara, the men's shoe comes in at 233 grams and the women's comes in at 200 grams. Sizing, I'm a 9.5 in most of my shoes. This shoe that we got is a 9.5 and it fits my foot shape really well. The shoe is available in 3 different colorways for men and for women. So let's give you a few more details about this new lightweight running shoe. Obviously this is the 11th version of the Kinvara, so the shoe has a lot of heritage at Saucony. It comes with a nice engineered mesh which is lightweight, breathable and a very supportive fit. You have the flex film overlays on the upper just to give you a bit more support. The shoe carries the internal strap system to give you a bit more of a specific hold around that midfoot, and we've got this new woven heel support again to give you a bit more hold and a bit more lockdown in the rear of the foot. Let's talk about the midsole in the new Kinvara 11. The shoe uses Saucony's Power Run compound through the midsole, but we've also got a top sole of their new compound Power Run Plus. This sits under the insole and is 25% lighter than the Everrun top sole used in the previous model. The shoe offers Saucony's form-fit contoured footbed, which is designed to give you a custom-like fit and a comfortable feel. When it comes to the outsole of the shoe, we've got the Tri-Flex outsole, which is designed to be durable but super flexible. And on the high wear areas, we have Saucony's XT900 carbon rubber, again to give you a bit more durability and improved traction. That's a bit of information about the new Kinvara 11, but let's get stuck into the things we've liked and maybe the things we've disliked about this new lightweight training shoe from Saucony. So let's go through the things that we've liked first about the Kinvara 11. First thing we got to talk about is that initial comfort of this shoe. First time on the foot, first run, this shoe felt super comfortable. Yes, it has gone up in weight from some of the previous older versions that I ran in, but I think that added weight for me is a massive bonus. At 233 grams, it's still a light shoe, but the added weight I think comes from a deeper, more cushioned midsole. You've also got a much more cushioned tongue and a bit more padding in that heel collar. So straight out of the box for comfort, this shoe performs super good. So the next positive is the fit of this shoe. This shoe is one super good fitting shoe. The first time I put it on, it felt like I was having a nice comfortable hug around my midfoot. It almost felt like the shoe had been made for my foot shape. So with that internal sleeve in the shoe, with this new woven heel support, you feel super locked in, really dialed into that midfoot, really locked into that heel cup, so the rear of the foot's really held in place. The internal makings of the shoe is very soft and very plush. This upper is very soft and very plush. So if you're a triathlete looking for a shoe where you're going to be going into it barefooted, this shoe would run really comfortable with no socks on too. So for a shoe that's quite stripped back and quite light in weight, this is a super comfortable fitting shoe and a really comfortable upper. Last but not least when it comes to positives is performance. When I first started running in this shoe, I was having a few calf issues, as I'm sure you're all aware of. So the first few runs out of the box, super steady, pretty short, 4 or 5 miles, and this shoe felt really comfortable straight away. It actually felt like it helped my calf through that recovery process. As my calf started to improve and settle down, we started to push on a bit in the shoe with a few tempos, a few interval sessions, and a bit of speed work, and some longer runs. And what I can say is this shoe really does cross over to every aspect of your running. On them short, steady runs, it was super comfortable. On the longer runs, really comfortable. When I wanted to get up on my toes and push on a bit, the shoe became really responsive, but still a really comfortable, secure ride. So this is definitely a shoe that will cross over to all aspects of my running, and I can see myself spending a lot more comfortable mileage in this shoe. That's a lot of the positives in the new Kinvara 11, and I've got to be honest, I really have been pleasantly surprised by this shoe. Wasn't sure how I was going to feel about it, but it has really impressed me. Unfortunately, there's a few things we're not fully convinced about. The first thing being outsole. A lot of exposed EVA rubber on this outsole. I'm not a massive lover of that, as I've mentioned in other reviews when we did, say, the Hoka Rincon review, a lot of exposed rubber. I always think it's a good thing to have a little bit more blown rubber on that outsole just for durability. We've got these little areas, but it's not a lot, to be honest, and I do load quite heavily through the outside of my midfoot, and I tend to wear shoes down quite quickly there. This rubber looks to be holding up pretty good after 50 miles, but I think, again, a little bit more blown rubber on that midsole, you'd get a lot more durability from it. The next thing is another durability issue, unfortunately. We've got these flex film overlays on the toe box, and they're put in an area of the shoe that takes a lot of stress. They're right on that flex point of the toe box. When I first looked at them, I thought they looked a bit flimsy, to be honest, and after 50 miles, they've started just to come away from the upper, which is a little bit disappointing, but it's only a slight negative. It's definitely not going to affect the performance of this shoe. That is a bit of information about how we felt running the Kinvara 11 for 50 miles, but we always like to score product at Run4Adventure, so let's get stuck into some scoring. First thing to score at Run4Adventure is always price. The Kinvara 11 comes in at £115 RRP in the UK, which I think in today's shoe market is a pretty fair price. I've definitely spent some mileage in some more expensive shoes of late that feel a damn sight less responsive and comfortable than this. It's a shoe that really will cross over all aspects of your running. So if you're after a shoe to do everything for £115, I think that's a really fair price. So at Run4Adventure, the Kinvara 11 on price is going to score a really respectable 8 out of 10. Number 2 on the list at Run4Adventure with scoring is always comfort and performance. Where do I start with the Kinvara 11? This shoe has really impressed me. Sometimes you get a shoe and you're not sure whether you're going to like it. First time out the box, first run, I fell in love with this shoe. The performance, the fit, the comfort is great for me. It's that nice balance between lightweight, stripped back, responsive shoe, but then it's still plush enough to give you comfortable, longer mileage. So I can't really fault the performance of this shoe, and I think I'm going to be spending a lot of time and a lot of comfortable time running in this shoe from now on. So at Run4Adventure, it's got to score big. It's not quite a 10, but it is a really impressive 9 out of 10. Next up for scoring is durability. Unfortunately, this is going to be the only aspect of this shoe that maybe we're going to mark down a bit. I really didn't want to because I've loved my time in this shoe, but when you start to see overlays peeling off after 50 miles, we've already started to see a little bit of wear outside on that heel, which again, it might be down to my poor form or when I was a little bit knackered with my calf, running a bit flatter, but we are seeing wear on that rubber already. So whenever we see that in a shoe, we always feel a little bit let down. So for durability, the Kinvara 11 is going to score 6 out of 10. Last on the list when it comes to scoring at Run4Adventure is always looks. This is the controversial part of the review, and it's super subjective, it's personal taste. I'm not a lover of this blue and white colourway. I think white on a running shoe, especially in winter, not the best of colours. White lace is quite a rare thing to see nowadays. You don't see many white laces, and I know why. And we've also got this white woven heel collar. So already the shoe in them areas is starting to look a little bit grubby after only 50 miles. We were going to score it down on looks, But then we saw the yellow and black colorway, which is a super cool looking shoe. It also comes in an all black colorway for men and women. So we were going to mark it down with a 7 because of that, but now we're going to give it a supercalifragilistic 8 out of 10. That's all the scoring done for the Kinvara 11. So gathering all them scores in, the shoe comes in with a really strong 31 out of 40. Let's wrap this review up with a quick conclusion on the Kinvara 11. All I can say is I have been really impressed with this shoe, and I wasn't sure I was going to be, but every run I've done in it, it has felt super comfortable. The fit of the shoe, one of the best fitting shoes I think I've ever put on my feet. So if you're in the market for a lightweight training shoe and you're on a budget, you can only buy one shoe, and you want a shoe that's going to cross over all aspects of your running, whether it be speed work, track work, marathons, ultra marathons, the Kinvara is definitely a shoe that can take all them aspects of your running on. So if you've got the opportunity, I would definitely recommend checking out the Kinvara 11. That is another review done at Run4Adventure. Really hope you enjoyed it, guys. Hope you found it useful. We have left a link in the description. If you want to find out any more about the Kinvara 11 or about Saucony as a running brand, please hit that link below. Don't forget, if you enjoyed the video, guys, hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, guys, and hit that bell notification. Really important to hit that bell. Once you've done that, you'll get notified when we upload any new content to the channel. Comments, guys, get involved. Have you run the Kinvara 11? Have you run some of the previous models? Do you prefer the older shoes or do you prefer the new shoe? Get them comments down below. Also, guys, don't forget to follow us on all our other social media platforms, whether it be Instagram, Facebook, or Strava. And just before we go, we are going through a pretty crazy time in the world at the moment, with everybody being locked in their homes, not going to work. It really is a mad time. We just want to say to everyone out there, please listen to the guidelines, do as they say, stick together. Together we will get through this as quickly as possible. And also, on a plus side, if you're stuck at home, YouTube's still there. You can go and check our comprehensive back catalogue and have a look at all our other videos. We don't just do reviews, we do race videos. We've done a few travel videos as well. So please go along and check them out. It might pass a few hours away for you. And as always, at Run4Adventure, stay safe, guys. Thanks for watching, and try to keep on running.